What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more New Order, and we're going back to the album Movement. Once again, massive shout out to Erik for sending me this, among other things. And the next tune is Truth. It's a single word title. Obviously, it's a straightforward concept, but there's no indication of the situation or whether there's any irony or sarcasm to the title, or at least if it has a twist to it in some way. So it remains to be seen whether this will be about truth in any meaningful respect as Luca wakes up. And you're going to go bump the... I guess we'll find out. Let's listen to it. This is Truth by New Order from their 1981 album Movement, though this is a 2016 reissue. Like the crazy syncopated rhythm too. That mysterious element. So that has like a woodwind feel.
And the noise that surrounds me grows so loud in my head. From the growing Sunday to the lies that I said. Oh, it's a strange day. Such a lonely way. Some people look down on me. I know they like what they see.
And I'm back. Apologies, like literally as the tune was ending, as I found out, it got cut off. But ultimately, I've rewound it to where I think the video cut out. So this is the very end of the track, Truth. Super cool. Way darker than I expected it to be when it started. As I mentioned during the tune, I enjoyed the syncopated rhythm and the percussive loop. I also enjoyed the way that simple bass pulse at first, which had already caught my ear, suddenly intensified and took on a smoky, metallic, or almost industrial sort of feel, so that the loop after that had a much grittier and more intense feel. Indeed, I was thinking during part of it, if you took Susie Sue's voice and put it in this tune, it would sound not unlike a Banshees track, and it reminded me that I'm going through Juju and the related material from that group, and that's 1981, so same time as this. So definitely a bit more wicked than I thought it would sound sonically, even after it had started, first minute or so. Lyrically, I only caught lines at the beginning, but what I did catch, it was interesting because it seemed to be playing with the concept of truth. There was I think there was the phrase "I think," and that's, you're talking about perception, which may or may not stack up to reality. There was something about time going very slowly or slowing down, and that again deals with perception versus truth. It feels like 3 hours, but it's only been one. So your reality, the truth of your reality, is not actually in alignment with empirical truth. And then there was something about an emotion. I forget exactly what the emotional sentiment was, but again, if you're seeing things through emotion, they might feel true to you, but they may not be true as they're actually happening. So it felt like at the beginning it really was playing with epistemology and notions of truth, but once it turned wicked and got more intense sonically, I was so hyper-focused on that atmosphere and experience that I didn't catch many of the lines before that, or after that. And I do think partly they were, lower, like in the mix, because everything had been sort of, darkly electrified. So a cool and surprisingly sonically dark track, and one which, again, even from what I caught, definitely seemed to be approaching truth from some different angles. So again, I look forward to seeing people's comments, and ultimately, once again, shout out to Erik for sharing the record. The next time we come back, we will be up to senses. So again, that's, senses are how we perceive empirical reality out in the world, and without getting into, philosophy of Kant and others, it ultimately seems like this is a theme where they're driving at perception, epistemology, understanding, and truth. So looking forward to that. And then I should mention once again that this album was produced by Martin Hannett, engineered by Chris Nagel, assisted by John and Flood, which again, I don't remember if someone had answered me, but is that the same Flood that worked with Depeche Mode later in the 80s, I believe, or was it the 90s? Published by B Music, designed by Peter Seville, and Graphica Industria, printed by Sinram Alsdorf, a Factory Communications product. I do like just the aesthetic of the whole release. So once again, shout out to Erik. Let me know what you think of the tune. I will see you next time. Peace.